Will Meghan let go of Harry? The complicated divorce made the royal family think hard. A royal source has revealed that Harry and Meghan's divorce is going to be messy. The source claims it will be something of a surprise to me because I suspect Meghan will walk away with exactly half of what the pair's joint net US earnings since they left the UK. The palace owes Madam nothing, and in a divorce, child custody will rely on proof of maternal childbirths, and any surrogate children will not be a responsibility of the crown. If Harry is their bio or adoptive parent, he will either pay maintenance or take custody of the children, who will not be the responsibility of the crown. The source also said any inheritance of Harry's will belong to Harry in both British and Californian law. Any royalties from Spare are Harry's, unless Meghan can prove to the courts what we all know, that she controlled the narrative. But in doing so, the book and Meghan become a legal matter for fraud investigators, meaning the publishers may legally demand some sort of reimbursement from that woman down the track. Another thing to consider is that King Charles, Queen Camilla, as well as Prince William and Princess Catherine could easily file a class action lawsuit against Meghan for defamation of character. So if Meghan invested in Harry just so she could get some alimony, then I'm afraid Marcus and Meghan are failing big time. If Meghan tries to get any kind of financial compensation for her services as a working royal, the crown could demand that she has to return all jewelry and artifacts that she lost or stole from the palace first, and it would be recorded with an item number in the palace inventory, so it's not like she can get out of that. Meghan might discover that the cost of these priceless artifacts is going to exceed any salary that she considers to be owed, especially considering that it was Meghan who insisted on becoming a working royal wife. For a woman who claims to be so intelligent, she sure didn't do her homework properly, did she? And I was wondering about Harry. It's not like he can return to his old job. And I tend to think not many people are going to want to employ him back in the UK anyway. And I don't think he has much better prospects in California. So would Meghan need to help support him under their laws? There aren't so many job opportunities for a middle-aged, druggy prince with mental health problems. If it's true that Harry and Meghan are having marital problems that could eventually lead to divorce, then Harry's going to come back to the UK, and custody issues are going to be figured out. In spite of anybody believing that Meghan's going to get full custody, Harry will have some type of custody of the kids. Even though he lives in the UK, he is their father after all. Once Harry is back in the UK, once he gets some good therapy, and once he grows up a little bit, he's going to understand how horribly he treated his family. Right now, though, I'm afraid that he has just blocked from his mind the pain that he caused his greatest ally, Her Majesty the late Queen, as well as Prince Philip. And it's not like he can make amends and apologize to them at this point. It could take years for his brain to grasp this, and it's going to be the greatest emotional pain to him moving forward. Harry can, however, apologize to his father and brother, and Catherine too, a lot sooner than he can recognize what he did to his grandparents, I would think, and I'm talking about years ahead for all of this. But with therapy, with good therapy, I think that Harry will finally apologize and be able to move on. Assuming that he does return to the UK, I'm afraid that Harry is going to be quite broken. I'm afraid that he adopted some of the same narcissistic traits that Meghan has. I will always believe that there is hope for anybody who really wants to make a change. Eventually, King Charles is going to support Harry emotionally, and William and Catherine may decide to later on. They're not going to want Harry around their kids, though, until they get an apology from Harry that are genuine. Even then, Harry has a very difficult road ahead of him with his older brother. William always protected him and always looked after him, and just look at how Harry treated him. Harry's going to need to put in some very hard work to make that relationship work again, although I don't think it will ever return to what it was before Meghan entered the picture, at least not for a very long time. Harry needs to find a job for himself. In order to really transform himself, that is going to be one of the first steps. It's important that he's not supported and that he make a living like other people, and I'm not talking about going back to being a full-time working royal. That is impossible. I'm afraid that ship sailed a long time ago. It is remarkable that a man who had it all gave everything up in such a nasty way by attacking his family at every opportunity. Even though it's a long time away, I think this is how things are going to end up in the long run. Apologies are certainly not necessary from King Charles or Prince William or Catherine. And Harry needs to get over that little fantasy before any real change can occur. I do hope that he can find a good therapist team. Otherwise, I'm afraid none of the above is possible, and Harry's just going to continue being a narcissistic, shallow person who nobody wants to be around. In other news, Harry was requested to be in court yesterday on June 5th of 2023 to give evidence in person for his phone hacking case against MEGHAN. The High Court judge, the Honorable Mr. Justice Fancourt, had instructed Harry to be there to be available. But was he? Oh no. This doesn't come as any shock, though, because we already know how entitled Harry is. He really believes himself to be in a whole different category. He believes that he is above the law, and that rules simply do not apply to him. Even his lawyer claimed that Harry couldn't be there because of his travel and security arrangements. Oh, really? It looks like more and more taxpayer money is just being wasted on his ridiculous lawsuits. And the funniest thing about the whole situation is, when they didn't expect Harry to be there, he shocked everybody by walking through the front entrance, putting on a big show with his own paparazzi there, and refusing to use the side entrance like all other normal people. When he came walking out again, Harry was so busy grinning and hamming it up for the cameras that he ran right into a normal reporter. Oh yeah, obviously Harry has a real fear of cameras and reporters. Anyway, and then yesterday, his presence actually was requested. They expected him to be there, and he pulled a Vanishing act just to get people talking, just to make headlines. Harry loves his name being in the papers. I mean, he claims to hate all the attention, but clearly he loves it. See, without the attention of the media, Harry is a nobody, and he knows that. And that's why Meghan always has Backgrid on speed dial. I have to applaud Backgrid for standing up for themselves. They didn't pander to those couple of idiots. But now that they're gone, who is Meghan gonna call to get her photo taken when they're walking on veterans' graves and posing at memorials for kids who were murdered in a school shooting? I guess Harry's PR people are going to release a statement that he is a victim, and that's why he was not able to attend his court date. Now, Harry has had no problem traveling before, and the last time he showed up to court, he got there easily. Nobody even knew he was going to come until he arrived. So obviously, when he wants to, he can do it quietly without all the fanfare. But I guess that New York City car chase has really shown Harry for what he is. I mean, he really pushes his luck, doesn't he? If we tried that, we would probably be arrested. Harry's going to use any tactic he can to make his point, and yet he shows up when he's not needed. Just more games from Harry, and that is going to be his downfall. Of course, he feels entitled because he is so important. And this, my friends, is one of the main reasons that Harry needs to lose his princely title as soon as the letters patent can be pushed through Parliament. It's what Harry now deserves. He is not going to stop this bad behavior until this happens. And he's just an embarrassment at this point to his family and to the people of the UK and the Commonwealth too. People should not have to put up with this nonsense anymore. To us, it may look like this is just Harry being an idiot, but actually this is all carefully planned. As with everything with the two of them, it's manipulative and it is mendacious. Harry's lack of appearance has already caused headlines. Both of them despise the royal family so much, and they have been unsuccessfully trying to destroy them. They've been trying to drag them into all these arguments for 3 years now. So Harry giving live evidence enables them to drag the royal family into court. Harry's lack of appearance has already alerted the global media, who is going to be watching very carefully. She never sleeps, she's always scheming. And why are those dum-dums in California so scared, so afraid that somebody is after them? I don't think there is any criminal out there who would be able to take on those two. They're already known to be incredibly difficult. They're simply not worth the effort. Harry is just a scared little boy, and he always wants attention. And you, do you agree with me? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments section. If you think my video is useful, remember to like and share it with your friends and relatives who would like it anytime you want.